Weak men open their mouths to whine. Strong men open their mouths to command. Kings, true kings, do not waste a breath on complaints. They have no time for it. They have no need for it. In their world, every second spent complaining is a second stolen from building, conquering, and advancing their throne. The truth is brutal and simple. Complaining is the anthem of the defeated. It is the mating call of the weak. It is the prayer of the powerless. When a man complains, he is telling the world he has surrendered to his circumstances. He is admitting that he has no strategy, no strength, no will. He is saying, "This is too much for me," and the world, savage and cold, simply moves on without him. There is no mercy for complainers, not from fate, not from fortune, not from the gods. The universe hears the whimper of the weak and answers with silence. It hears the roar of the relentless and answers with storms to test their worth. And that is how it should be. That is the natural order. That is the law of ascension. You will face pain. You will face betrayal. You will face losses that gut you to the bone. And when they come, you will be tempted to open your mouth and cry out, "Why me?" But kings know better. Kings know that the question is an insult to their own blood. Kings know that the only rightful answer to pain is action. You don't get a lighter burden. You get a stronger back. You don't get an easier path. You get a sharper blade. You don't get sympathy. You get scars. And every scar you bear in silence becomes another mark of dominion over your former self. When the weak man complains, he digs his own grave deeper. When the king endures, he builds his own monument higher. Every injustice becomes another stone in his fortress. Every betrayal becomes another sharpened spear in his arsenal. Every failure becomes another brick in the empire he is constructing with his bare hands. There is no progress in pity. There is no advancement in self-pity. There is no empire born from the cries of the helpless. The greatest monuments the world has ever seen were built by men who suffered in silence, who swallowed pain like wine, who turned every blow into a stepping stone. You must understand this. No one is coming to save you. No one cares about your excuses. No one cares about your broken heart, your bad luck, your unfair hand. They are not your audience. They are not your judges. They are obstacles, nothing more. Move through them or be buried beneath them. Your mission is simple. Endure without complaint. Build without applause. Rise without permission. Every time you resist the urge to whine, you sharpen your will. Every time you hold your tongue and tighten your fist, you fortify your soul. Every time you swallow the bitterness and use it as fuel, you ascend another level closer to the throne you were born to claim. This is not cruelty. This is discipline. This is not injustice. This is training. The universe is not against you. It is crafting you into something so savage, so unbreakable, so eternal, that the world will have no choice but to bow in your presence, even if it curses your name. And if you ever forget, if you ever feel the old weakness trying to claw its way back into your heart, remember this law. Kings don't complain, they conquer. A king's power is measured by how little he needs sympathy. It is measured by how little he demands from the world, and how much he takes through sheer force of spirit. Every complaint you allow yourself to voice chips away at your own throne. Every time you whimper about injustice, you give ground to the enemy without a fight. You hand over territory that should have been yours. Weak men think complaining is connection. They think if they shout their grievances loud enough, the world will come running to fix them. But kings know the truth. The world listens to power, not pity. The world follows strength, not sob stories. The world kneels for dominance, not desperation. When you feel pain, you absorb it. When you feel anger, you forge it. When you feel exhaustion, you welcome it as the companion of kings. Every second you remain silent in suffering, you engrave your destiny deeper into stone. You are not here to be pitied. You are here to be feared. You are here to build a presence so heavy, so undeniable, that even your enemies feel it in their bones long after you leave the room. There will be moments when your strength falters, when the burden feels unbearable, when the world seems hell-bent on breaking you. Good. That is when the real work begins. That is when the weak are separated from the rulers. That is when you prove to yourself and the gods watching that you are not here to beg for lighter chains. You are here to smash them. Every trial you survive in silence becomes a weapon you carry into the next battle. Every injustice you endure without complaint becomes a shield against future weakness. Every betrayal you walk through without shedding a tear becomes armor so heavy that no blade can pierce it. And understand this, your silence under pressure is louder than any roar of the broken. Your stillness in suffering speaks louder than any wailing mob. In a world of endless noise, the man who suffers in silence becomes a god among insects. He becomes untouchable. He becomes inevitable. When you look around and see men collapsing under the weight of their own emotions, when you hear them whine about how unfair the world is, you will feel nothing but cold certainty. You will know deep in your bones that you have risen beyond them, that you have joined the brotherhood of kings who built their empires not on favors or fortune, but on the savage refusal to complain. You do not cry out for relief. You do not beg for fairness. You do not seek sympathy. You tighten your jaw, square your shoulders, and walk through hell as if it were your kingdom. And when the fires die down and the smoke clears, you will still be standing, crowned in scars, draped in silence, holding dominion over a world that tried and failed to break you. This is the sixth doctrine of the Shadow Army. When others cry, you build. When others quit, you advance. When others curse their pain, you crown yourself with it. You will be the monument they cannot tear down. You will be the silence they cannot ignore. You will be the king they cannot dethrone. No matter how savage the storm, no matter how brutal the blows, no matter how heavy the burden, you will not complain. You will conquer.